Hello YouTube, let's talk about functions. They are specific, mostly small pieces of source code dedicated for getting specific job done. So think about them as workers in your future company. So those workers will always do something specific but nothing else. So when you're creating a new function, it's like you are hiring specialists to do something, okay? And they are very easy to create in most of the programming languages. And also, it's just a breeze in JavaScript, in PHP and in Python also, very simple stuff. So you will always start with the function by using that specific keyword, and you will see instantly different color from the rest of the text. After that, you need to have a way how to talk with that specific piece of source by stating name for the function. So that will be, in this case, I don't know, some func. Okay, it's totally up to you. After that, we need to have normal brackets, because in here we will put some things that we want to pass to function, so function can do something on those things. But about that we will talk about in the next tutorial. Let's just create really simple functions, because I want you to understand totally basics. So function, we must use that, name of function, and brackets for actual parameters. After that, we must state some job to be done, and we're gonna do that inside of curly brackets, okay? And here, let's have this function do some kind of alerts. So alert is operation, but now inside of function, not like globally everywhere, just inside of that piece of code. So alert will be like I am from function, okay, something like that. Don't forget semicolon, because this is just operation, normal stuff, but inside this like namespace of function, okay? So these things are here like a border around actual operation. Here I have only one operation, but also I can have many of them that will solve something inside of this specification. So let me test that. Some people will say it is just enough to refresh here and I will get that alert. So let's test that assumption, and nothing happens because you need to call actual function. It is sorry, it is not just enough to have it here, we also need to use it. Well, why is that so? Because maybe in our source code we will have 10 functions or 100 functions, but we will use just a couple of them when we need them, if we need them, okay? So make a distinction in your head between creation of function and usage of function. So down there you just need to say some function, and don't forget semicolon, and now that function will be executed when we refresh our page, okay? See, there you go, everything works. Question is, how many times you can call this function? It is totally up to you. So let's call it 3 times, and we will have 3 pop-ups. Refresh, 1 pop-up, 2nd and 3rd. There you go. So the thing works. Some people will say, well, this is stupid. I need to state a couple of times that I want to use that specific function. So is there a way to call 3 times specific function by creating another function dedicated for calling this first one? Well, sure. So let's actually do that. Function like caller, or run 3 times. Run 3 times, okay, and operation will be just to run this function 3 times. So let me actually copy paste this right here to save a little bit of time. So let's delete this. So now we also need to call this function, and we will get 3 alerts immediately. So let's do that. Run 3 times. Don't forget normal brackets and semicolon, because this is actually end of command, and those commands are packed here, okay? So save, the refresh, and there you go, thing totally works. So you can call you can create function that will call functions that will do something else, and that something else will call another function, and so on and so on. You can have a network of functions calling and busting each other, okay, something like that. So here's the thing, this is kind of static. Can we, for example, activate some function when we press like a button, like submit button in pure HTML? So let's actually do that. And yeah, so let's turn this function into something that will print on the screen stuff. Document write, and I will print something like, I don't know, something, who cares, don't forget semicolon, and let's delete this mess down there. So this thing is inside of your JavaScript, and now down there we will create actual HTML submit button. So let's do that. Input type will be submit or just button, okay, let's say, and value will be like click me, and so some people will say that's enough, this will be automatically executed, but is it? We have our button, but nothing happens because we didn't associate function with piece of HTML code. So how to do that? The thing is very easy. Right here or right here, you will just say on click, and let's go down there. Something needs to happen, so equal, and let me push this down there, okay, just a second. On click, something happen, and that will be this function, okay. So this is like a target. When I click on this stuff, this will be executed through this piece of calling JavaScript. So some func, and don't forget semicolon, okay. And I think that's pretty much it. So refresh, and now when I click here, I will get I don't know printed on a screen. See, very awesome stuff. So I bet that right now you have many ideas what kind of pages you can create with this, like when your user visits something, some link, some image, some piece of web page, something will happen. Because yes, I'm using on click here, but that's not the only function I can use. You will learn over time that there are functions when you move through your browser in specific corner of your web page, you can activate some functions. When you hover over some piece of page, something can happen, some function can be called. When you press button, something can happen. When you enter something into field, something can happen, and so on and so on. Very awesome stuff. And of course there are security implications. How many times you have pressed some link on your web page and you think that nothing happens? Well, unfortunately it's not so, because these functions can be very tricky, very dangerous. They can get all kind of information about your browser and so on and so on. So yeah, you will learn that over time, but let's just say that owners of websites can get all kind of stuff from you, like resolution of your monitor, like where is your mouse at the moment, what are you basically doing. They can track you in so many ways, but yeah, that's for that's advanced material. Anyway, you know how to create functions, and you know how to create call them inside of JavaScript and outside of JavaScript in pure HTML, stating on click run this function. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching, and in the next tutorial, let me see, we're gonna talk about perimeters, the objects that you can put here, and then functions will do something with that. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna shut up. See you tomorrow, basically, because it's the middle of the night. So thank you for watching, see you there.